study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
The best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
I'm Jessica, and this is Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas, and we are back to finish off this saga that we started years ago. We are reviewing Squid Game Season 3, and I'm joined by my good friend Miguel. Once again, Miguel, how are you? How you been?
Thanks for having me. How you doing? I'm all right. As all right as I can be.
Right. We're as put together as we can be under the circumstances. But yeah, for those who are just joining right now, me and Miguel have basically been reviewing Squid Game each season when it comes out on the Daebak feed. And we've had a long journey, and now that it's finished, we are back to give our conclusion thoughts. There will be no more Korean Squid Games, so we figured we would just come back and do this. I fully intended to do this later after my big family vacation, which is several weeks long, but I was like, you know what? I also don't want to leave it to where I'm too spoiled, and as it is, I did get spoiled. We had set the date for this recording, and then I was online, as one does, and I got hella spoiled for the ending of Squid Game Season 3. And so I went into it with a little bit of rage at the fandom.
Fair.
And I can
That's
say
so
what
fair.
exactly I got spoiled on in the spoiler section. But suffice it to say, there's a lot of feelings. Tensions are running high, I think, in the community. And by community, I mean world. So we'll just get into it. But before we do, if this is your first time listening, go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, 5 stars only. Come check us out on social media to stay up to date in our latest episodes and reviews. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Daebak Pod, DAEBAKPOD. And lastly, if you're a fan, thank you, and please consider becoming a patron. It's a great way for you to get involved and show your support. You can check out the page on patreon.com/TaebakPod, and shout out to our patrons: Janet, Curtis, Bale, Cindy, CD, Alana, Grace, Lorna, Sammy, Caitlin, Julia number 1, Michelle, Tanmei, Marta, Delphia, Maria, Sarah, Julia number 2, Pam, Angie, and Nadira. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And without further ado, we're going to keep the non-spoiler section, I think, a little shorter. I will read the Asian Wiki synopsis, and we will go over the cast. But again, it is exactly the same as Season 2, and we went into this in great detail on the Season 2 review. So I don't think we need to belabor the point too much. So this will be a little bit more condensed than usual. The Asian Wiki synopsis for Season 3 of Squid Game reads, Gi-hun is returned to the player's dormitory by the pink guards, but he is baffled by the actions of the front man. He is also haunted by the loss of his closest ally, Park Jung-bae, and is even more determined to end the Squid Game once and for all. Meanwhile, the front man prepares for the 4th game, which is possibly the bloodiest game yet. VIPs are soon to arrive on the island where the games are held. On the periphery of the Squid Game, Detective Hwang Jun-ho and his partners race against the clock to locate the mysterious island where the games are held. Within the ranks of masked officers working the games, Kang Ha-neul risks her life to save player Park Young-suk. Okay, so Season 3 aired several weeks ago from the time of recording on June 27th, 2025. It is 6 episodes long. Just as a refresher, Season 2 aired December 26th, 2024, Merry Christmas, and was 7 episodes long. Season 1 aired all the way back in September of 2021, and it was 9 episodes long. So we are getting less episodes as the seasons emerge. And Season 3 was basically an just an extension of season 2. It wasn't a whole new story. We were just picking up where we left off. It is season 2.5.
It really should have just been season 2.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, well.
We're rolling our eyes over here to high heaven because it just doesn't. This is, anyway, director and writer back, Hwang Dong-hyuk, to do season 3, obviously. And then we've got a bunch of returning stars. We have Lee Jung-Jae. He's back as player 456. He is joined by Woo-jun, who plays the undercover cop, Junno. We've got Byung-hun back as the front man. We have all of the players who are still alive since the final episodes of season 2 returning for season 3. So I think at this point, I'll just go ahead and ask you, Miguel, what did you think of season 3 of Squid Game, the conclusion of this whole giant saga that we've been on?
Some of the more inventive games that they've had, like, it was really interesting to see the scale of it. But as a whole, maybe a little underwhelmed.
Oh.
Ultimately, I think that there was a few decisions they made that they could have just not made. But I think I'm trying to decide whether or not that was because they split a season in 2 when they really didn't have to, and that I just lost momentum.
Yeah.
But I think it entertaining, but I think it kind of fell flat, honestly.
Okay.
How about you?
So it's difficult because I feel a lot more positively about it because I'm looking at it technically, intellectually, and from a goal perspective, I see that it hit all of the goals and I see that it set out to do what it wanted to do. And it had to me, I understood the ending completely.
Yeah.
Totally understood the ending. I was not mad at the ending. I was not upset with any character that lost their life in the course of the show. But there is something about it, about watching it and the experience of watching it, that I was like, can we just freaking like get through this? Like,
that's it.
There was, I was exasperated by this point. And I think it did have a lot to do with we're back for season 3. And why the hell is there a season 3? Just put it all in one season.
It makes no sense. It made absolutely no sense. It was like picking up mid-sentence.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Do you know why they did that? Like, were they not finished filming it? Were they not? Is there some kind of logistical reason that they did this?
This is Netflix to me.
Oh, yeah.
This is a total Netflix playbook move.
Yeah. Stranger Things is going on 10 years.
Stranger Things. I mean,
so.
God, if you want to talk Stranger Things, like, that's another one where I'm like, just let it die. Just let it die at this point because it's totally dead in my imagination. It's totally dead in the consciousness. Nobody cares anymore. And I just don't, even if I love any of the other seasons, trotting out these characters, trotting out these older actors now who were literal children in season 1 annoys me. I see the mechanism working. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like I see the man behind the curtain already. Just shut up. Just stop.
The curtain is sheer. Like, it makes the 80s. They brought back the 80s again, right? By now, the 80s have gone and come back and gone again. Like, even in like trend, people are over the 80s. People are over the sci-fi. They're over it. So Squid Game pulling this really pissed me off.
Right.
Like, it really pissed me off.
And the thing is, Squid Game has all of these lofty ideals, and it is heavy on the social commentary. It is heavy on the critique of late stage capitalism, which the director, Hwang Dong-hyuk, has literally come out and said, yeah, it's a commentary on this. But then Netflix is literally doing this to it. Dilutes the message completely. We stated this in our season 2 review. We were talking about this, how Hwang Dong-hyuk literally made pennies on the dollar for season 1.
Disgusting.
In the deal that he made with Netflix, as good as got conned out of any revenue that Netflix made off of season 1, which was a runaway success. And so he basically had to come back and make another season to just make money on his creative work. So,
which makes sense because you can kind of see it reflected in the show. Like, he's like, okay, let's go. Like, I want to be done with this. Can I be done with this? Like, let's just...
That was the feeling. And I wish that we were in a place and I was in a place where I could literally shut off my phone for 5 years and not watch season 3 and not get spoiled and nobody talks about it. And then I can come at it from a better place where I can appreciate it. And not that I don't appreciate it, because what I'll say is very positive about it.
Yeah.
But like, I was freaking tired. Like, I'm sorry, I was tired.
Yeah.
I had McFucking had it by this
and
point.
you're bracing for impact instead of like waiting for it. You know what I mean? Instead of waiting it unfold, being spoiled for it will completely...
And then I got spoiled, which I was raging about for like at least 24 hours.
Yeah, and that'll it was like that girl during Euphoria. There was a girl on TikTok who went viral because she was in her car at her lunch break screaming into her phone, "Can y'all just let me fucking get home? Let me get home. Let me get home to watch it." Because spoilers were everywhere. Like, people will binge it. Yeah. Within an hour of it coming out, they'll break the space-time continuum, watch the whole thing in an hour. Mm-hmm. And by the end of the hour, oh, did you know that this happened and that? No, I didn't. I'm at work. Like,
no, I didn't. I was freaking out shopping for groceries. No, I didn't. I had to put air in my tires. No, I didn't. I was just reading a book. Like, you name it.
I live in a different time zone. It hasn't even come out here yet. Like, there's so many.
It's literally like, give me a second.
God. Right.
Give me a freaking second. And that's a pervasive thing in K-drama land and obviously in other spaces as well. Mm-hmm. And that literally put it... Oh, I got so... You have no idea how I was raging.
I can imagine.
I almost threw my phone across the room.
I can imagine. Because it's unavoidable. It was within the day. I almost got spoiled. I got this close to coming spoiled. A video came up on my TikTok. And as soon as I saw, like, just a uniform, I was like, boom, gone. And luckily the next Squid Game thing that came up was very neutral, so I just started disliking every Squid Game video so I could just like pull it from my feed.
Yeah. I was not engaging with any Squid Game content, so I was barely getting anything on my For You. Then I got this one, so this is this video that got spoiled on. Okay. I won't say what the spoiler is, but I will say what the video was. So this girl was at some promo event with the cast of Squid Game at a panel, like on stage doing a panel. And she had, whether this was true or not, the video made it seem like she was having a moment with Lee Jung-Jae, the star of Squid Game. Like, he was like looking at her and like, it was really funny and cute. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. And I run to the comments because I love looking at comments. And there was a literal spoiler right there in the first comment.
I hate it. And it's so embedded in the culture now. Like,
I was like, this has
TikTok
nothing.
video
the video
everything.
Didn't have nothing to do. Wasn't a review. Wasn't from an official account from Netflix, from Squid Game. It wasn't any official promo. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a cute little video.
Mm-hmm. That'll do it.
That was it.
That'll do it. Because people you've seen this in the comments. You got to go through the top 4 just to get to an actual original comment, because everybody uses the whole copy pasta thing, like, wow, 4 seconds ago is crazy. So once you go through like 3,000 of those regurgitated comments, but the spoilers have been the comments for everything about Squid Game. The top 2 comments are always a spoiler, so it is so beyond frustrating. And did you see the spoiler before you saw anything about season 3? Man, dude, it's not a good time. It's not a good time. So anyway, now we're here and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about everything that happened. So you liked it. I liked it. I did like it. I have way more good things to say about it than bad. Like, way more. Right. Like, same for me. Yeah. There's a couple things I didn't like, but in general, like, it's not even that it fell flat. It was just... It's almost like going to the theater and watching a good movie, but the theater experience was shitty. This is exactly what it felt like to watch Squid Game 3.
is that you were like, man, people were talking the whole movie. They were on their phones the whole movie. And it took 5 years for me to see this thing. And finally it's here. And the movie was good, but like, damn.
By 2 days after it came out, it's like the discourse around Squid Game. I'm like, what discourse? What discourse? It's been 2 days. This is problematic. I'm like, is it? It's been 2 days. What do? But I have more good things to say about them, but you actually captured the feeling very perfectly. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like I saw a movie I really wanted to see, and it was just marred by things immediately outside of my control, and I hate it. So. but it is good. I did like it. Let me be clear. I did like it.
Yeah.
But there are things that were not. They just didn't work for me.
I posted a video about the Emmy nominations, which came out this week.
Yeah.
Squid Game got 0 Emmy nominations. Now,
Dirty.
mind you, season 3 was not eligible for this cycle of primetime Emmys. So Squid Game season 3, what we're reviewing right now, would have never gotten any Emmy nominations. Wow, that's a tongue twister. But season 2 was totally within the awards campaign season.
Like it was eligible.
It was eligible. And it got 0.
That's crazy.
Mind you, Squid Game season 1 got 14 Emmy nominations and won 6 of them. So I was shocked. I made a video about the snub because it is clearly a snub.
Yeah, completely.
And someone said, season 1 was definitely the strongest of the series. It featured well-developed character arcs, and the deaths felt meaningful and earned within the narrative.
I can agree with that.
You can agree with that?
Yeah. Yes, I can agree with the meaningful death part. I could agree with it felt super self-contained.
Yes.
If they didn't have, I mean, is it a spoiler to mention any spoilers about season 1 at this point?
No, I think season
Okay.
1 spoilers are on the table. If you're listening to a season 3 Squid Game review,
That's like on you, bro.
that's
Like,
on you, bro. But for season 3 spoilers, we're keeping it clean in this non-spoiler section.
I could agree with that because I wouldn't have even expected a season 2 if they didn't pull that Ronald McDonald wig for Gi-hun. Like at the very, very end, he got a phone call. It's like if they hadn't just shoehorned that in, I wouldn't have even asked for a season 2. I would have been like, oh, okay. So the entire show kind of operated from that very scrappy, doesn't feel like the right word, but let's use it because it's such a big budget for a show that's so, he really put everything into writing that show, and you can feel it. And the second season feels like, okay, well, we can develop some games and we can kind of do this. Like it was way more focused, so everybody brought their all. The next seasons were good, but they weren't as strong as, I wouldn't say they were as strong, but to get snubbed completely is crazy.
To get snubbed from the Emmys.
Yeah. That's wild. There was plenty of good acting chops like being thrown around there. Like
Acting, not even none of the technicals. It got nothing.
Oh, I forgot about the technicals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
nothing
insane.
for production design, like nothing at all.
This is one of the most beautifully produced shows I've ever seen.
Right.
Like it's so polished. I don't get what they're thinking. I don't know what that's about.
The Emmys
hate
really
it.
swerved this year. But as far as this commenter and talking about season 1 versus 2 and 3, I think I like season 1 slightly more than 2 and 3. Because I'm considering 2 and 3 a single season, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I am too.
It is kind of... It is so ridiculous to split this season, but okay. Anyway, I went back and rewatched the final episode of season 1 just today.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is really strong. This is so, and the emotions were there. And I was like, oh my God, this is just a different, I don't know what it was about season 1. It was lightning in a bottle. I remember it being lightning in a bottle, and it's still fresh.
It's so good.
It's so good. So there is something to it. There is some magic sauce in season 1 compared to 2 and 3, even though 2 and 3 are very, very strong.
It just happens though. Like that happens with TV in general, especially when you take an idea. When you have an idea that's more likely to be self-contained, like The Bear Have you watched The Bear?
Of course, I've watched The Bear.
Okay. So the first season, amazing, really on point, whatever.
Perfect
and then everything
season.
else is like, okay, well.
Yeah.
Or like Ted Lasso. Like, it's just so obvious that it wasn't supposed to go that long or that far. And they didn't plan ahead. And I think that's what you lose. It's like, oh, Squid Game now featuring this. And everybody's kind of on, you know what I mean?
Yes, there's something about it that's like, okay, don't muck this up.
Yeah. Yeah, like everybody's kind of like, oh,
Because they had nothing to
I'm going to
lose.
draw my inspiration
Season
from this
1,
player.
the actors, the crew, the director, there was nothing to lose at that point.
No. Like he already reached the moon as far as
Afterward, when it lit up everything and everybody watched Squid Game, then it was like, oh, okay, I guess. Then Netflix started funneling money behind it, and that's when you got the merch. That's when you got the spin-off Squid Game game show. Craziness.
the Dalgona branded coffee. I see that little girl from Red Light, Green Light literally everywhere at the Asian market as sell charms, as this, as that.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't meant for all that. So I think nobody knew they all acted very well, obviously. But the magic's gone because they're like, oh shit, I'm on the global stage.
Yeah.
Like they were doing a show thinking they were doing a Korean drama, a Korean like action show that might end up in the US like it always does.
I think there's
whatever,
something
but they gave
special
their
about
all.
like, you know how I don't know how to put it, but like you filter yourself if you think someone's watching you.
Yes. And you can see that with the actors.
And that
You could see
somehow is in the DNA of 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm. It feels bigger and bolder, but the things that they made bigger and bolder weren't necessarily something we were asking for. You could see it in the cast too. They kind of had parallels to the first season with the cast. Like the shaman was just like the crazy bitch from the first season, right? Or, they swapped out a lesbian for a trans character. So there's a parallel. They switched out an elderly, cowardly, like gangster type with an elderly, cowardly salaryman, like office worker type. So it's kind of like they didn't really go that far with the characters in that different a direction. They all worked with it, but there was a copy paste going on.
There is a lot of copy paste. There's a lot of parallel characters and archetypes that show up in both season 1 and then season 2/3. Someone on TikTok, and I think I retweeted. I was about to say retweeted. I reposted the video because I really enjoyed it, and I agreed completely. I think it was a Korean American who was talking about the structure of Squid Game and how it's just a parable.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect way to put it. And yes, absolutely, they're 100% right. And before I saw the video, I was thinking deeply about the Canterbury Tales because I'm visiting Canterbury next week on
That's
vacation.
so nice.
Yeah. And I am a former English major. So I was like, oh my God, we're going to fucking Canterbury. Like, that's a huge fucking deal. Anyway, so I was...
Stop on the Shire on your way there.
Stop it. Anyway, we're not going there, but we are going to Canterbury. And it made me think of the Canterbury Tales and learning the prologue to Chaucer and all of those stories that I remember reading and studying in school. Him saying, oh, Squid Game is basically a Korean parable with all of these characters representing different facets of society. And they're not meant to be these deep character studies on these people. They are meant to represent a very fractured and interesting and diverse society. All of these different, you have the single unmarried mother who's about to give birth. You have the crypto guy, the crypto scammer. You have the drug addicts. You have the gambling addicts. You have all of these people from what is perceived as the underbelly of Korean society. And there's not supposed to be a ton of character development.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like 5 characters in search of an exit type.
That's
thing.
what I mean by, there's archetypes that match the archetypes in season 1.
Yeah, and well, that's a spoiler, but it's. You know what? I agree with that. It is a parable, and it's a pretty good one too.
And it's an amazing one. I love it for that. I love it for the message that it's saying, because again, tons of social commentary, a ton of critique. I think the director was like, it's allegorical, it's satire, it's whatever, all of these terms that sort of kind of mean the same thing, but yeah, it's saying something.
Yeah, and it's pretty. It's
heavy-handed.
Familiar. It's very familiar.
Yeah,
too.
you're gonna recognize people, and because it's from the Korean perspective, because it's a K-drama, these people are Korean society.
Yeah.
What was cool and what was global was that everybody saw maybe something that they could relate to.
Yeah, people are alike all over. That's the big takeaway, honestly. Especially with the crypto guy.
The crypto guy. Yeah. Let's talk about the ending. And in non-spoiler terms, because we got a question on Instagram. Someone was like, I want you to talk about the ending hate. Because people fucking hated this ending.
Oh, yeah.
This person said, I liked it, but I think the majority of people aren't consuming K-dramas who shit on it.
Oh.
And so that was a different way of putting it, a way of like kind of rationalizing why people might not have appreciated the ending and what it was doing.
I can kind of get behind that. I think that the way that they set up endings in the West is very different.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, it's a spoiler. So, like, I guess I just mean they're more pragmatic in Korean dramas. They're more pragmatic, and it's like, I can't believe this happened. And when you really ask that out loud, you look at it, it's like, well, why did I think that? Because I'm used to the writing that we have here. Against all odds, that kind of milieu of like, we'll find a way to make it happen.
Yeah. Deus Ex Machina, happy ending.
Deus Ex Machina. Yeah. There ain't no Deus, ain't no Machina, ain't no none of that over there. Like, nothing. They're just like, all right, well, it kind of forces the viewer, especially, I would say, one that's not in a Korean audience or familiar with Korean dramas. It's like, okay, so you're disappointed. Why? Well, because I thought this would happen. And why would you think that? You didn't watch the rest of the show? That's what it forces you to reconcile with. So I can kind of agree with that comment. Because, yeah, no, this isn't an American show, guys. Like, it's not.
Yeah, I watched a couple Disney movies today, and I was like, man, we are so... Not that I hate them. I love them. But I feel like as a society, we're so conditioned to want the, Avengers Endgame ending. You know what I'm saying?
When really it should have ended like the Thanos snap. It's like he snapped everyone out of existence, guys. Like there's no coming back.
Right. There's don't worry. The prince comes and kisses her and she wakes up. Don't worry. We're gonna reverse all of this through crazy fantastical means.
And it's something that, historically we did, specifically Disney, right? Because Pinocchio was a serialized comic where it was like a serialized comic about making fun of the misfortunes of this wooden boy who's pathetically thinks he's going to be like a real boy. Maleficent holds the prince until he's like 1,000 years old and then releases him. Like, it was a really mean but realistic form of storytelling for the longest time. We got used to like the better endings so fast.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work either.
Right. And I think that's when the Western audience sees, their favorite characters going through trials and tribulations, and then the trials and tribulations don't end. There's no reversal of fortune. That makes people upset.
Sometimes you're just Job, guys. Like,
yeah.
That's it. Like,
I personally really liked the ending. I thought it was very powerful, and I thought it was a lot more positive than people were thinking it was.
I could see where you're coming from.
I found a lot more nuggets of positivity.
Yes,
than
that's
I think most
true.
people saw maybe on first watch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people didn't look at it very analytically. The discourse, or whatever we're calling it.
I love when you say discourse. Every time he says discourse, people, he does air quotes with his hands.
It just feels like a buzzword now. It's like, oh, the narrative around Squid Game. Like, just stop. We're talking about a show. Relax. But I think it's so reactionary how people have been commenting about the ending.
Yeah.
That I feel like they're missing
missed
so
it.
many little things.
That's how I feel. It's like, oh, you missed it.
And you read it in the comments too, but these are the same people who are like, oh, fan theory, this was actually the game leader sneaking into the game. It's like, no, that's not a theory, guys. Like, that's...
Yes.
So I think they're missing it. And it makes me feel sad because I don't think people really revisit anything anymore.
No.
So I think they're going to watch it, think that they hated it, missed all this stuff. But there is a lot of good
What will come out
about
of it is, man, season 3 of Squid Game sucked.
And that's the whole thing.
And that's the whole thing. That's
discourse.
Yeah.
Like...
And then you go, oh, why did you think it sucked? And they'll give you the ending.
Yeah.
Or they'll give you there was no character development.
That's not even true.
First of all,
like, it's not even true. We got character development, like 2 of the episodes of this fractured season. We got to see they developed. It happened.
They gave you it is a little bit. But again, this story was never, I think, built on this character is going to surprise you and do something totally different, contrary.
Anybody, this is my feeling on it when it comes to character development. Anybody who voted to proceed after the second game, you should know what it's hitting for by now. You know what I mean? Like, as a viewer, it's like, oh, well, this guy went through these 2 or 3 challenges and they still voted to keep going. There is no development. There's no nothing. We're just going to see the worst parts of what they've already revealed to us. So that's what I find weird about the whole character development thing. It's like, oh, for example, how could he have done that? It's like, how could he have not? Or she have not? Like, they voted through every single round. They're watching people die all around them, main cast and extras, and they still proceed to continue the game. Like, what do you want to know about this character? Like, what is there to develop? Like,
it's sending a message. I just don't think they like the message. Anyway, so this is, I think, as far as we can go is talking about the ending without ever actually talking about specifics for the ending. This, I think we could talk about in the non-spoiler section. We had someone ask, thoughts on, could the VIPs have just sat there in their masks instead of being cringe?
That's a question for the ages. I think that they should have put them in a VIP room, off camera, never to be seen. We didn't need them. It was horrible. It was horrible. No word of a lie. I would, out of cringe, start clicking. I have an Apple TV, so it does the little like 5 and 10 click by pressure. I would just go like, and just immediately go to and I would be like, no, I can't. So I would rewind. What was with the ADR voices?
Dude, so the VIPs, we finally see the VIPs, I guess minor spoiler, we see them in season 3. Because after a certain part, once they surpass a certain game and there's less players, the VIPs show up to the island. Just like in season 1. So the VIPs show up in season 3. Listen, this has got to be some of the most cringeworthy, goofiest dubbing, blatant dubbing that I have seen in K-drama, period. And granted, we've been watching K-drama for a long time.
Yes.
English-speaking characters always, without fail, suck. They're just the worst actors. Like, just got somebody off the street who could barely put 2 sentences together. And they're like, hey, can you read? Read this. And that is how it feels.
And they're not even Korean. So, like, are they finding Dutch people, like, on the street? Like, what is this accent? What is this voice?
Look.
Or in the Korean dramas when they get back from Princeton or Stanford or Harvard and they speak in the most broken English possible. Like, it's just
But they've been there for 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, it's just astonishing how bad the VIPs were. It's distractingly bad.
Who okayed that? Like, I'm baffled that, like, this is Netflix, right? Like, nothing gets past them. How does... Even the actors, I had read the actors had actually spoken out about that, the VIP actors.
Yeah.
And they saw it and they're like, we don't know why we were dubbed over. Like, we're all native English speakers. Like, I don't...
Yeah,
it
now
was
they've
so
taken
bad.
their performance out of it.
I was so
Because
pissed.
these people
I
are
even
swearing
thought
up
it
and down.
switched.
I can actually act. I don't speak like that.
Well, it's a good thing they're wearing masks.
In like a
you know?
pantomime of a person who speaks English.
I heard a rumor that this is how people English speak, so I'm basing it off that. This is what they say English sounds like.
It's just, I don't know why they tampered with it. It totally diminished the show.
They took too much screen time.
They took up way too much screen time. I hated the VIPs. I mean, the thing is, they're supposed to be, on some level, really cartoonish.
Yeah.
They're supposed to represent the most horrible, elitist, deplorable people.
Yeah. I mean...
So I don't know if the director is making fun of these people by making them sound so...
Goofy? Yeah, I mean, I guess. The script...
The script also was horrendous for them.
The script was horrendous. It was a step up
just
from the last one.
Just the flimsiest thing I've ever seen.
But you know what's crazy? I can actually accept... Because I remember the first season I hated it, but you do the eye roll thing where someone in a Korean drama is like, hey, you there, because you're not expecting English at all. So I kind of rolled my eyes through it, whatever. Then it becomes a global phenomenon.
Right.
And it becomes this massive explosion. Surely they can't make this mistake twice. Not only did they fuck it up again, but they had to dub over it. So I'm just... And then I could forgive all of it. I honestly could. Fine. But it was way too much time on screen. We should have gotten a glimpse of them like twice and move on. We get it. Rich people are watching.
It's,
like,
I mean, they're
go.
the choir, right? In a Greek tragedy, they're the choir.
We don't need a choir.
They're the ones talking about what's happening, the action that's happening.
But I feel like they don't trust us to like derive that nuance from it. You know what I mean? Like,
I think the director really thought, I want the perspective of the worst to be commentating like sport commentators throughout the Squid Games.
And it would have been grueling and had the effect he wanted if
I wasn't laughing
writing,
my ass off every time they were on screen.
Or just like cringing into a new life form. Just like an Autobot just crunching into myself.
It's just...
God. We didn't need it.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So that's the answer to that question. All right. What would you give Squid Game Season 3 out of 5 soju bottles?
3.5. Maybe a 4. Maybe. My initial thing here, I think my opinion will change as we talk about it more. I haven't talked about it to anyone. But for now, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
3.5. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4. But I'm trying to offset the feeling of a bad experience. You know what I'm saying?
That's a hard one, dude. That's a hard one.
That's really hard to do. I would love to rewatch this down the line when the discourse has died down and nobody's talking about Squid Game.
You can come back and change the narrative.
I think it was incredibly unfair for me, for a lot of people, because yes, I'm a fan of Squid Game. Yes, I appreciate it. Yes, I've been doing reviews on Squid Game. But the fact that this feeding frenzy has come for my throat and diminished my view is, to me, unacceptable.
That's fair.
So I'm giving it a 4 out of 5, kind of against my better judgment, because I want to give it a 3.5, but I'll give it a 4 because I do feel like the craft is there.
Yeah.
The story is strong. I did have reactions throughout the episodes as they went on. It was definitely a heavy show. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for those who are squeamish and don't like blood and don't like violence. Obviously, all those things still apply for season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the message was really powerful, if only diluted by the capitalist machine that is Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, you know what? That's fair. And that's a really generous, but are you doing that for just season 3, or are you doing that knowing that 2 and 3 are basically one season?
No. For season 3. For season 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
And I feel like I have a lot of notes, but not that many notes, but we'll get into it right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
아이, 괜찮아.
Yeah, no, I have no 친구.
Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
All right, we're on the other side of spoilers, and we are going to talk at length about what the hell happened in Squid Game Season 3. We're going to talk spoilers. We're going to go into, I think, a little bit of detail. I think that's what the people want. So let's talk about, should we go in order? Should we just go in episode order?
Yeah, sure.
Episode 1, Keys and Knives. We see that 8 managers and 27 soldiers died in the melee of the end of season 2, which was the insurrection, the rebellion, the uprising,
The fallout of it all. Yeah.
the fallout. It was
Chaos.
8 managers, 27 soldiers on the Squid Game side, and 35 players died. For those doing math at home, that is exactly the same number. So 35 Squid Game employees and 35 players died. And this game, the Squid Games, they're obsessed with fairness.
Yeah.
I think from jump 001 was like, oh, if he wants to rebel and play this hero game, I'll let him, but it has to be fair.
That's pretty cool, honestly.
I was thinking that was interesting and something of note. They string up the rebel players as they're heading to the next game. They see them hanging up there, and I thought that was really barbaric.
They didn't clean up the walls either.
They didn't clean up the walls or nothing.
Terrifying.
Blood splatter and the bullet holes everywhere. Aftermath of the massacre. There was something about the rebel players being strung up that I was like, this is very just medieval.
Yeah. Very look at what your insolence got you. Let this be a warning to you. Heads on the spikes type. It was, and even then, I'm really cautious about saying this, but I think you'll know what I mean. Even then, that was probably as dignified as they could have gotten with it.
Whoa.
Because they were hanging by their wrists from a centerpiece. I thought they were going to do worse than that. I thought they were going to make a real big show. I thought they were going to leave the bodies in place, not clean anything up, and it's walk around your fallout.
You thought they were going to leave the bodies in place. See, I thought they were going to do what they usually do, which was just drag the bodies off, put them in a casket, and then cremate them.
Yeah.
But no, they went the extra mile and they hung them up as a message.
Yeah.
To scare them.
It was gross.
And it was really gross.
Scary,
too. Mm-hmm. We get the 4th game. It's hide and seek. I heard someone online saying this is not a fair hide and seek because the keys that everybody got who were hiding did not open all the doors because the doors had different locks that were in the different shapes of the triangle, the square, and the circle. And to open the final door to escape the exit, you needed all 3 keys.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's not fair. And then some doors led to nowhere. They were just death traps.
Yeah, you would fall to your death.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought, this is the whole thing is that this is a bastardized democratic voting process. This is a bastardized idea of fairness as well.
Because what other game then would be fair, right? Yeah, I can see where they're coming from.
I can see why they were upset, but also they're under 24/7 surveillance. There's an entire staff that's dedicated to watching their every move, to listening to them, to facilitating the games.
Yeah.
The fact that the keys were not opening every door, I was like, this is beyond the pale. Of course they don't open every single door.
Yeah, and
it's isn't that
real hide? That's hide and seek in real life too, though, right? Because it's oh, I thought I found a place to hide, but just kidding, I didn't. And it's also a culling game, though, isn't it? Right?
Yes, it's meant to get the most players out of play.
We're near the end. You thought you found the exit. 1-800. You thought you need 2 other people. They need distinct keys.
I didn't expect we were going to get a 1-800 you thought in this episode.
This was a big culling game. It was it's okay, we're nearing the end now. Let's start wiping people out. So it makes sense why they did it that way. And yeah, in hide and go seek, you can't really hide behind a locked door. You can't hide. Like, you're not supposed to do that. You have to hide in a place where you could reasonably be found. Because I saw criticism about that. It's like, oh, that's BS. Like, you can't even lock the door once you've opened it. It's like, well, yeah. Like, if you
That's
were playing hide
symbolic
and
to
seek.
me.
Yeah.
Like, once you
is.
open this door, you cannot go back. You can't lock it again. It's open forever. And it's the same with all of these characters. They're not, even if they win, they cannot return to who they were before. There's no winning the games.
I've had trauma from less. I don't know how they would reacclimate to society. Just like.
So, the fact that they couldn't lock the door behind them and there was no sense of safety. Yeah, I mean, it's a game. It's for entertainment purposes, to entertain the elite, the VIPs.
Exactly. That's the whole point. You're there for someone else's enjoyment. I mean, all things considered, the games are very, very fair.
Ish.
In a very psychotic way.
Right.
But they have a logic. All the games have a logic that if you're paying attention close enough, like, it's like, okay, fine. Like, but considering it's a game of life and death, it's very sophisticated. At least it's not like, I don't know, fight to the death, here you go, in an open, like, airspace. And they're just giving everybody knives. You know what I mean? Like, there's rules, there's structure, there's...
Mm-hmm. And it always devolves into that.
Every time.
Yeah, every
single time.
So we get red team, they're the taggers, they have to hide. Nope, never mind, I have that backward. The red team are the taggers, they have to kill the blue team. And they're given little what look like toy daggers.
That was so funny. That was,
and it's
it looked like Sailor Moon's
knife.
like sword, just like... The scene where Gi-hun is walking, like, angrily, like a man on a mission, and they focus on his hand with this little knife, cracked me up. I was just like...
Yeah, it looks like a little toy knife. I will say Gi-hun, at this point, is a different man, right? You see how the games have taken a toll on him, how the rebellion or the losses that he took has played on his mind, on his spirit. He feels guilty.
Yeah.
He feels
He was
incredibly guilty. He's putting that all on his shoulders because he's like, I led these people to their death.
And for what?
And for what?
He took the L all the way downtown. Like, the whole, like, he just got on and never got off. Yeah. I felt so bad for him. I'm like, damn, no pega una. Like, everything that he does is so...
Yeah, but he... Was it the old lady? I can't remember. A couple of players basically come together and they're like, hey, Kang Ha-neul, who's player 388, Daebak is the name of that character.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucked up. He came back for the magazines and was in a puddle in the fetal position on the floor. Never made it back. Just sat there and didn't do anything and was cowardly. That is all that Gi-hun needs to place blame on somebody else. He needs a scapegoat.
Yeah.
For his own psyche.
Because even if he would have gotten the magazines out there, like, let's be so for real, they were gonna win. Like, they might have gotten a couple of more of the pink soldiers down.
This was controlled chaos.
Yeah, if he wanted to, the leader could have just opened fire on everybody and just ended it.
Yep.
Oh well. And what about that reveal though? I mean, not really a reveal because we suspected it.
Yeah, so next episode is Starry Night, and we get this reveal that 388, which is Kang Ha-neul's character, did not serve in the Marines. Now, I think a lot of people were upset because the translation was off. It made it seem that he had never served, ever, in the military, when really he had served in sort of like a service personnel capacity. He was not in the Marines, but he did technically serve his time in the military.
Like when someone says they're a Marine, but they work a desk job in Kuwait or something? Or like...
No, it's not even that. It was
Coast
like
Guard?
another, like a... I don't know how to explain it, but he did not...
Like, he's never seen combat, basically.
Okay, so he served in the military under social services personnel, implying that he wasn't considered mentally fit to go to the regular military service. So he gets a Marine tattoo, even though he never was a Marine.
That's so sad.
He's a wannabe, a pretender.
A liar.
A liar.
Saboteur.
Because he did go to the... He did
A
serve
wolf
in
among
in the military, technically. But social services personnel is not the same as active duty Marine.
I still can't help but feel somewhat bad for him. But, oh well. He just wanted to play with the guys. He just wanted to be accepted.
The thing is, I do and I don't, because the tattoo is like a step too far.
Definitely.
The tattoo...
That's like hypey territory.
Yeah. And him being in that situation, I understand him lying through his teeth.
Yeah.
But also, what the hell? He was also lying before he ever entered the Squid Game because of the tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah. So stolen valor. I wonder if that's a thing over there.
Well, people are saying it's not technically stolen valor because he did serve his, 2-year military term. But it was under this other like social services.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people do. Yeah,
that's fine. But it's not. There's nothing wrong with the job, but it's the very intentional. Like, you hear Marine, you think, damn, he was on the front lines doing the G.I. Joe thing, and like, girl, you weren't G.I. Joe, you weren't G.I. anything. Like, you were like, you weren't doing that. So,
no.
To represent, yeah, okay, it's slimy, but it sucks because the lie caught up with him, and look at what it turned into.
Right. I was really frustrated with this character at the end of season 2 because he is very cowardly, and he cowers in a corner, and he's having this trauma response. I understand that, but trauma to nothing. He's just scared.
Yeah. Right.
It's not I wouldn't say it's a trauma response at that point.
I think
he's just fucking scared out of his mind.
Yeah, because you would think, okay, my whole thing with him was like, all right, this sucks, but, we lost another one to PTSD. Like, okay, no problem. Like, it's lousy timing, but you can't control that. He saw combat. Like, he probably
didn't.
And now, so it's like, oh, you were just like scared.
Right. And the thing is, like... I feel for him because, yes, it's scary. The situation is awful. Of course, everyone is afraid. Mm-hmm. But if this was a military operation, he's a deserter.
And also, how does that... But whatever, that's fine. Like...
The thing is, in episode 2, 456 Gi-hun is out for blood. He's going directly to 388. He is letting people go on the blue team because he wants to kill specifically Kang Ha-neul's 388.
Yeah, because they're screaming for their lives, and he just walks past. I actually think I wrote a note about that. Let me see. Oh, 456's crazed look suits him well. It's very scary. Because it's true. He's a man on a mission. He's in a trance.
Yeah.
He's like going for it. He doesn't care who's getting stabbed, who's in his way. He's just weaving through and just looking for him. Mm-hmm. That was wild.
What I found interesting with that, we'll just follow through with them until the end before we talk about other things in this episode, because this episode gets wild. But the whole reason why the knives were brought out in the first place is that people were like, you expect us to kill people on the blue team with our bare hands? That's crazy. That's barbaric. No, we can't do that. There's no way we're going to be able to do that. So then they're like, oh, well, here's a gift for the red team, the taggers. And they hand out the knives.
I think the bare hands thing would have been more interesting.
And 456 doesn't use the knife to kill 388. He uses his bare hands to suffocate him to death.
It's like real primal rage.
Yeah.
Like real, just very Cain and Abel, very back to basics, very like, no, I'm going to use my own force to just kill you. And he didn't take any handouts from the soldiers to do it. Like, he's like, I don't need their help in killing you. I got this. It was really intense. It was one of the most intense killings in the whole thing.
And the fact that Kang Ha-neul's character, and I love this acting here, Kang Ha-neul, again, really amazing actor. I really respect him. His standoff with him is fantastic. Even before, he gets strangled to death, he's challenging 456 and saying, no, it's your fault that all of these people died. It's not on me.
Oh my God.
That this operation failed.
The gall of it all. Because it's like, yeah, but also like, no.
I mean, he's a cornered person. He was never going to say the sanest thing. He was never going to be like, you're right. I definitely am totally to blame for this thing going south.
The childish gambit, one of my favorite, it wasn't really a gag, but one of my favorite things about that scene is he's hiding behind the door. he's just hiding behind the door, just like you do as a little kid. It's like, oh shit, they found where I'm hiding. So you'll try to like do this thing where you'll hide in like a coat in the closet, or you'll hide behind a door or whatever. That cracked me up. I don't know. It's such a small detail.
It is a small detail because he's such a coward.
Like a child, like a literal child.
It's not
like,
a bad plan. I would do the same thing, but when you butt that up against everything else you know about 388. You're like, this guy's a fucking punk. Like,
and that's what it tells you, because anybody who's not a punk would do that same thing. Wait till they hear the footsteps, peek over to see, and then just slip out the door and run in the other. But no, he's too scared to even do that.
I do love how it's mind games before that, because 456 is staring his ass down.
Yeah, the whole time. And he just keeps looking out of the corner of his eye.
And it riles him up. It gets him so anxious. And I just love that lead up to both of them. But 456, after he strangles him, he does come to terms pretty instantaneously with his own guilt. And he admits, it is my fault. Even though it's really not his fault. He had noble intentions.
They came together as a team.
He went into the games with these intentions to shut it all down. He wanted to save people, right? Like, it wasn't...
That was the plan all along.
Right.
Like, that was the execution of the whole reason he came back. And if not, like, what's the alternative? When it comes to blame, like, what's the alternative? They were all just going to die in the game anyway. Everybody was probably going to die in the game.
Him raging against this game.
Yeah.
In all of the whole... He doesn't want to be a cog in this machine and die. Right. And have all of these people die, too. He's really... trying to save people.
And people died. You got to break a few eggs. Like, it's like they were going to die.
I do remember talking about that in the season 2 episode of how it is challenging. 001, the front man in disguise, is challenging him and saying, oh, so it's okay that, you know, some people die while we're doing this. And
yeah.
And he said, yeah. If the ends justify the means, basically.
They have to. When you're up against something like that, yeah, I mean, what's the alternative? People are gonna die.
And it was very damning, I think, for the 456 character, and he senses it now when he blames himself. And he actually tries to commit suicide.
Yeah.
With the knife, and they don't let him.
That was so vile.
They don't let him. They shoot the knife out of his hand.
That was vile. And then they tie him to a bed. He can't even sleep in a bed waiting for the next game. That's wild.
Yeah.
I love this episode.
It's really good. But we haven't even covered the other thing, which is we got Team 2, which is the pregnant girl. We got player 222. That's Chun-Li. We have Geum-ja, which is player 149. She's the Halmeoni character.
Yeah.
And then we have Hyunju, the trans character, player 120.
Icon.
Doing a tag teaming. They're a trio. Trying to help each other out in the game. They're all in the blue team. What do you have to say about this?
I don't even know where to start.
I just don't even know where to start. Her water breaks.
Yeah.
The baby is born inside 15 minutes. Like, it comes fast.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's CGI.
Oh.
The Cronenberg
We want to
baby.
talk about how they Renez made the baby.
And they kept the bit. They kept showing the baby. Like, show it once, cover it in a swaddle. We'll trust that the baby's there. You don't have to keep showing us this Cronenberg baby. Like,
I agree. I thought the CGI baby...
That shit was rough.
Bro, it's
Those
the
are
big
hard
25. What are we doing Renesmeeing a baby? And if for those who don't know, Renesmee is the name of Edward and Bella's baby in the Twilight Saga.
You imprinted on my baby.
Famously, in the final Twilight movie, they have a CGI baby. And it's pretty horrendous. But it's better than the animatronic baby that they had developed, which was terrifying. But I can't believe they CGI'd the baby.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Like, that was a scary baby. I love that trio, by the way. I gotta say, I love that trio. Iconic set, perfect skill set, perfect everything.
We have a beautiful quote from the Halmeoni. She says, I knew we made a great team ever since we went to the bathroom together.
That's sisterhood. That was so iconic.
I teared up right there. But
it was so good.
Shit's going down. They are delivering the baby. Halmeoni 149 uses her binyo to cut the umbilical cord, which is the little knife that she uses as a hairpin. And she ends up using that knife just a few minutes later to stab her son, because her son purposely switched places with her to be on the red team and have to basically murder at least one person to pass the round.
And he couldn't even do that.
And he couldn't do it. There was at least 1 or 2 times where it was very easy. I don't want to say easy because it is.
He was perfectly in the position where he could take someone out.
Right.
Like it was handed to him and he still couldn't do it. And you learn a lot. I mean, that's the thing about the character development, right? It's like, oh, there was no. Of course there was. This guy who was a total bum, who was a shit to his mom. We know that he stopped short of murder and stopped short of like he can't do it. He can't do it.
We know that he couldn't do it. He was soft.
Yeah.
The mother said so multiple times. She said, I raised him to be this way, to be better. He was never like his father, who was abusive toward me.
Yeah. How about that quote? That's one of my favorite quotes when it's like, Mom, do you think that we really should switch? Like, you're an old lady. And she's like, your father abused me, like, routinely. I don't have the exact quote, but it's like, and who's still alive? And she's like, you are? And she goes, exactly. Like, I'm still here.
She's a hard bitch. So
she's hard.
This really rocked a lot of people. First of all, I think Koreans really hated this. The fact that the mother killed the son.
Oh, well, if that's where they're going to start drawing the line.
Well, the thing is, the Korean audience really lambasting this choice for the mom to kill her son. Blood runs thicker than water in Korea.
But it's a mercy killing. Like
it's
a beautiful, like, I thought it was a beautiful moment.
Right. I was going to ask you how you interpreted it. Was she killing her son to save the new mother and the baby?
I think she was doing two things.
Okay. Talk to me.
I think she was doing both. And I thought it was a really beautiful moment, as sad as it was. But that was her keeping score. She's like, I think she calculated it this way. I'm an old woman. I don't have that much time to go. My son is not going to survive this game. The time's going to run out. He's not going to survive the game. Or he's going to take the life of a mother or of a baby, whichever that was going to shake out. And even if he wins, he's never going to make it past this. So she spared everybody. She very quickly did the older, wiser person thing and decided, okay, well, he's not going to kill me because I'm his mom. Can't let him take.
She offered
these people.
herself.
Yeah, she offered.
She said, like, okay, well, kill me then.
Yeah, and he wasn't going to do it. And she's like, well, at this point, I'm just going to have to kill him. And then at least I can spare him completely being killed by the game itself. And I can spare this baby and spare this baby's mom, where they have their whole life ahead of them.
What do you mean by being killed by the game?
Well, because he does get killed by... He gets finished off by the pink soldiers. Ostensibly, they go in and shoot whatever life is left out of him. But he's as good as dead. She stabbed him in the spine. Like, he's gone. But she was like, rather than let my son live long enough to kill someone who really doesn't deserve it, or get killed by this game because he's not going to win this game. She knows right off rip he's not going to win. I would rather take him out. Since I brought him in, let me take him out. It's better if it's done by someone who's familiar, at least. It's a very warped thing, but everything in Squid Game is very warped. It's a mercy killing. She's like, you're not going to survive in this game, and I'm not going to let you kill someone, but also I'm giving you an out, and you're not taking it. So there's nothing left.
I see.
I thought it was a very dignified... It's a tragic situation, but I thought it was a very dignified death.
I agree with the dignified part. I am like kind of adjacent to your other feelings about it, because yes, she did in essence save the new mother and the baby who she just delivered, right? I feel like that's a special bond, right? You know, you just delivered this child. You just been with this girl. You've given her your food, you know, in this dire situation that we've seen in season 2. Like, she gave her the egg
immediately became a mother figure to her.
She's
yeah.
a mother figure. She's very caring toward her, been caring, and was looking out for her the whole time. And she wasn't going to let anything happen to her, period.
Yeah.
But her son, she knew her son didn't have it in him.
No, he wasn't going to survive.
From jump, she knew that he didn't have it in him. At some point in the tussle that happened earlier, he lost his glasses. And the glasses get stepped on. I feel like that is symbolic because he couldn't see clearly, literally and figuratively after that. He lost his perspective, his morality after that, which is why he just immediately is going for the most vulnerable person in the room to kill.
When he had plenty of chances.
Right.
He had chances and he didn't take any one of them. So
now, I took it as the actual killing, like the mother killing him. I took it as, and this is an oversimplification, but follow me. Sure. I just rewatched Sinners the other day.
Okay.
And when Stack kills Annie before she turns into a vampire, I thought it was the same thing here. You know, to avoid a calamity of moral, ethical, spiritual proportions, she preserved her son's essence by killing him.
I could see that. Yeah.
That's why when you said mercy killing, I was like, yeah, like we're on the same wavelength.
We're on the same wavelength. I think it's more to save him from being killed because I don't think he would have gone through with it. But I still agree with that.
So you don't think he would have gone
too.
through with killing the mother?
No, I don't think it was going to happen. I think he would have gotten close enough and it just wasn't going to happen.
Oh no. See, I think
time was
after he
gonna
lost
run
his
out,
glasses, he was fucking Velma out there and he was gonna do it.
Patting the ground. Looking okay.
He's desperate.
Okay. I can honestly take either one. I think that's a really good interpretation. I hadn't considered the glasses. And I think that her perspective was to spare him. Whichever shape that interpretation takes, it wasn't a malicious killing and it wasn't like, I'm going to save this woman I just met over you. It's just like, I think that's her
I don't think it was
calling
explicitly that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it was more of a numbers game and more of like really soberly looking at the situation and being like, you know what? I don't know who's going to get out of here, but this girl and this baby need a chance. Like this girl was born like 35 seconds ago. We had our time, so.
I thought it was sad that she brought in new life. She cut the umbilical cord with the piño. And then she brings in new life with the piño, but then she also takes her own son's life with it. And this cruel irony
that was heavy
on me. And then someone said, this is not an original thought. Someone was putting out on TikTok, 222 gives birth in a room with an under the sea theme. And then there's squids on the wall. And most species of squid die after they give birth. So it's kind of fitting or portends the end of 222.
Jesus.
And I don't know if the creator necessarily thought, I'm going to put squids on the wall to represent that the mother is going to die because squids also die after they give birth. I just think Squid Game, squids, under the sea theme, children, that's I think how it kind of happened. I'm not sure if they read into, this particular sea animal does die after giving birth.
If he didn't, I love it when a writer gets lucky. It's like, I love what you did with the squids. Because, cephalopods, when they do this and this and that, you're like, yeah, totally. And you're just like...
Now, the death that really rocked me in this episode was the trans character.
Yes.
That one, I had to pause the show. I was really, really emotional after 120 bit the dust.
Gutted.
Completely
Just
gutted.
tragic.
How did you come across this?
The writing was on the wall as soon as she was going to walk through and she's like, wait, I got to go back.
Killed because she was a good person and she went back.
She thought about it for a split second. Her instinct, the smallest, the tiniest moment, she was going to walk into that congratulations room just from the adrenaline, the relief and everything. And then she's like, and then she thinks, and then she runs back to get them. Mm-hmm. I just knew as soon as she ran back that was
it's over.
And of course, like that whole death was really sad. But I love the respect they gave it because they didn't show her like bleeding out and all this other stuff. Like it was a very solemn death. They really treated this character with so much respect. It was fantastic. You know, you got the old lady hovering over.
I love the way that Park Sung-hoon talks about the character as well in interviews. Yeah. So there's a lot of love there, a lot of respect for the character and how it's portrayed, because I think in one clip he says, yes, trans characters in Korean media are really treated like caricatures.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that for this character. I thought this needed to be different and wanted it to be respectful and all this stuff. So I really liked this character. I didn't know how much I loved the character until 120 died. And yeah. Killed by this motherfucker.
That guy is such a piece of shit. I wanted him dead from episode 1, bro. I wanted him dead from episode 1. I'm like, oh my God. This guy is just... I hate him. I hated him since the very... I despise cowardice. I really, really do. But his specific brand of cowardice was unrelenting.
Unrelenting. I was surprised that 333 had such a high body count.
It was shocking.
It was shocking how many people he was taking out.
A proactive coward. Just sick. And for her to die at his hands really pissed me off even
because
more.
You could tell this guy is constantly fucking around, constantly not
failing
upwards and not keeping his promises, because he promises the mother, promises 222, I'm going to come find you after I pass the round. She hears on the loudspeaker when he passes the round, he's nowhere to be found. He's off fucking slaying people that, again, he doesn't need to do. He's doing extra.
Yeah. He could have just done
credit.
One and been done.
And then he's the one that pulls up, kills Hyun-ju.
That was the only way anyone could have killed Hyun-ju. Because, like, of course, waited for her back to be turned to just, like, there was no way.
Stabbed her in the back.
Horrible. I hate that character.
I hated him. Hated him. Someone
almost as much as the Salaryman.
Oh, 100. Player 100. Yeah, but someone did want us to talk about, this person said, your thoughts on our favorite soft boy, Yim Si-wan, playing a morally terrible character. Yeah. Player 333 is played by actor Yim Si-wan, who is amongst one of my favorite soft boys. He's always like a really pleasant, soft, ethereal kind of good character. And then he does play really unhinged, evil villains sometimes.
Oh, God.
And this is one of those times where he just goes full send in the other direction.
That's really funny.
Brilliant idol actor.
Yeah.
I have crazy eyes right now, but like, he's morally reprehensible in this show. And he does even more than just kill the trans character. Like,
it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. But you know what it is? I've known people like that. Oh my God. They fail upward in everything. In everything. And of all the people who could have killed her, somehow that one pisses me off the most. Because of course it was him. And then his baby is there and he's just like...
It didn't matter. Like, nothing mattered to this guy. He thought he was a good guy, which is so juicy of a thing.
Yeah.
Of a thing to write in, is that he thinks he's got it all figured out. He's got it in hand.
It's giving Promising Young Woman.
Oh!
Casting all those really, like, conventionally nice guys to be these horrible. That's what this is giving.
Yes, because I think there's also a pervasive notion that there's still people that loved 333 and are making excuses for his character. And
I love reading the unhinged rantings of delusional people who cling to these characters. There's still people talking about the girl who Thanos like shoved in the first one.
Oh,
like I've seen edits about this girl. It's like she was in the show all of like 3 minutes. Like this is like your Boba Fett for like in Squid Game is this like girl.
Yeah, but pretty privilege is on full display here, because what do you mean you're making excuses for 333? He's deplorable.
Dude ain't shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
and look at the way he treats women and a child, whatever.
And
it's
a
fine.
newborn. Not only a newborn, it's his newborn. His flesh
It's
and
his.
blood. He's the father.
Doesn't even ask to see the baby.
No, he's just
Doesn't do anything.
Ugh.
What a piece of shit.
Like, he's the piece of shit that's like playing video games in the delivery room and like taking up the bed in the hospital room while the wife
Forgets
is
to
like
bring
delivering.
the car seat to the hospital when they're on the day they leave the hospital. Ask for an extra warm blanket for him.
Ask the nurse
Like,
how long is this going to take when they're in the
drinks
delivery.
drinks his wife's ginger ale because like she's probably feeling too queasy anyway.
Right. Oh my god, we could go on and on. Oh, there's so many cowards in this, but David Lee, who plays player 125 Minsu,
Okay.
gets hopped up on drugs, Thanos leftovers, and he kills the shaman. What did you think of the shaman? Because the shaman, we talked about her and what she kind of represents and how the Korean populace would totally understand this archetype, this character, this religious extremism.
Yeah. Just absolute delusion.
That she has all
Like-
these followers and she's lying to them. She's lying about knowing what's going to happen. She has no fucking clue what's going to happen. She does predict a few things, but
She gets some things right, but it's always because she knows what to look for. Like, it's one of those game recognized game kind of things.
Oh.
It's not the spirits. It's like, oh, like I know someone who's full of shit when I see one. And I'm going to wield that to my advantage.
right.
I
She's
think-
just a master manipulator, and she does try and manipulate 456 when she's like, this is what you get. He's handcuffed to the bed or whatever, and she's taunting him and saying, like, this is what you get. There's all these vengeful spirits around you, and this is, basically trying to
add like a supernatural element to his suffering to make him feel worse.
to make him feel worse because he already knows that there's lives lost here.
Yeah.
And she's adding fuel to the fire.
I wrote something to that. Gi-hun choking the spirit chick out was iconic. But because it was so well deserved. Like, he had to. Like, she was crazy. I thought she was a really interesting character, though. I never got to the point necessarily where I hated her.
Same.
Like, hated her, because I think they paced her really well.
Mm-hmm.
Her arc lasted exactly, because the thing that would have really made me hate her happened in this episode. But by the time I would start to hate her, she was killed.
Right.
In a brutal way. So one of the things that I loved about it was when she's guiding her followers through. And she opens the door. That was such a terrifying scene. She opens the door and quietly closes it and starts scurrying away, and they come out and kill her followers. That was so scary. But then taking the arrows out of blood and marking, she's so committed to the bit because she finds the exit, realizes, again, the symbolism, that everything about it is so genius. It's like, okay, you conned your way. You got here by yourself. You can't get out. You needed to rely. She should have had her followers with her. They all had a distinct key. But I love that she adds these arrows to a point where she's going. And you can tell she's so used to being a con artist for being a spirit shaman, or maybe she's delusional enough to think that she is a shaman. But she's so committed to this bit that even after getting these people killed and everything, she wields that to try to get 100 and tell him, oh, I can hear the spirits. I know where I'm going. It's this way. It's this way. It's that way. And he finds the exit. I thought that was genius. She was a cool character.
Yeah.
100 leaving her in the room, though. That was dirty work.
It's dirty work.
That was so scary.
Funny,
Just
I don't think
shoves
we
her
ever
out.
see what's inside the congratulations you made it through room.
It made it that much more eerie. We never
Yeah.
saw it.
We never saw what was in that room. Because
It
everyone
was probably
lit
just
up.
a reused room, though.
Episode 3 is titled It's Not Your Fault. And here we see that the VIPs have free reign of the place and they are able to masquerade as pink soldiers. Yeah, we get the bad English. We see that they're excited to kill.
I hated everything about it. I hated it.
They're just exhilarated by participating for once. There's no stakes for them. It's ridiculous.
At least it was honest. Like, they're boring people and they're cheesy people, like very disconnected from reality. So it's like funny to see them just like acting like this. I'm like, oh, you really got nothing else going on. They're like, wow, look at this one. It's like,
one of the Pink Soldiers VIPs says, Mamma Mia.
it's a me, Mario.
What the fuck? The Halmeoni gives a beautiful monologue. Player 149 says, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but she says, no matter how you look at it, life is just unfair. Bad people do bad things, but they blame others and go on and live in peace. Good people, on the other hand, beat themselves up about the smallest things. And she goes on to say, like, my kid was like that. My Young-sik was a soft kid, foolishly so, blamed himself when his employer went bankrupt, and gives a little backstory on the son. She says, one day I got sick of him being so pathetic. I couldn't take it anymore, so I yelled at him. I regret all the pain I went through to bring you into this world. I'll just pretend I never had a son like you, so get out of my sight now, you useless idiot. And that night he overdoses.
Oh, sure.
And he had even left a suicide note saying he was sorry for being such a failure. He took it really badly, as one does when their mom says, I wish I'd never had you.
Yeah.
And she rushes him to the hospital and prayed to God, this prayer that I'm sure a lot of people have thought, at least in their lives, that she'd do anything if her boy was saved, even jump into a pit of fire if that's what it took. But guess what? She says, in the end, I killed him. With my own hands, I killed my own child.
That was really intense.
And I think a lot of people were surprised that the next morning rolls around and player 149 has hung herself. She's committed suicide.
I wonder why they would find that surprising.
I was not surprised.
Because I was fully expecting that.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that this was like her monologue. This is her big send-off. Yeah, I wasn't surprised.
It was gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
Don't get me
It was
wrong. But
intense.
this lady just said there was basically never going to be a scenario where she lived without her son.
Yeah. That was so sad. Everything with those two was so sad. I knew they were headed for it, but I can appreciate the way they went out, though.
Yeah.
In its own, there was a dignity to the way that they went out. They're like, you know what? Let's go. Like,
I could see where you're coming from. I think that her saying that her son wasn't perfect, her son was a failure, and she, at some point in her life, did resent him and said as much to his face. You know, these people are extremely flawed and imperfect.
yeah.
And as a mother figure who has been such a beautiful mother figure throughout the show, for her to give this speech and say this really sad story about saying, wish I had never had a son like you, is extremely vulnerable and painful for her.
Yeah.
It also serves to make 456 feel a little better about himself and not blame himself, because she's like, look, I fucked up. I fucked up in the worst way a parent can. I killed my own child.
And it makes 456 kind of gain a new perspective, really. The fact that even in the first, even with all his problems, he wasn't even close. Yeah.
She loved her son.
That's all it was. So I don't see the reason for the backlash for her killing him. I think that it was all very well rounded and very well explained. So I don't know. Powerful moment. How did they not get an Emmy? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's one of those.
Well,
what
the
do you
thing is,
mean
this season wasn't
nominated
up for any
moments?
Emmys because it was ineligible.
Oh. Okay.
But the thing is, a year is a long time.
Yeah.
To keep this thing fresh in the campaign cycle.
That's true.
So will it get Emmy noms next year? I don't know. There's shows
Probably
we haven't
not.
seen that
It's
haven't
very
come out
unlikely.
yet.
It's only July.
It's only July.
Okay.
That's what I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible, because this was released right at the beginning of the next cycle.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
So if they were gunning for Emmys, this was the wrong timing.
They should have just released. Never mind.
They should have just released it in one season.
It should have just been season 2.
Yeah.
Release it like 2 weeks into, and then, but whatever.
I know. Whatever.
They
Anyway.
never listen to us.
I know. So we get to the 5th game, the jump rope.
That was sick.
So they have to cross this bridge, which has a hole in the middle. It's broken. it's a rotating rope and they have 20 minutes to get across. Bad news for 222 because she just fucked up her ankle in the last game. She fractured it really badly.
She was not going to make it.
She was not going to make it.
I had no suspense for that whatsoever. I'm like, even 456 can't carry this out. She was done. The fact that the rope spins faster.
And it's a thick ass rope too.
It's made of brass. Like, it's this brass rope. That was probably the scariest game. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you feel like
it was scary because I think maybe once in my life I've played like double dutch.
Yeah.
Which I think one of my favorite jokes that you've ever said is like, let's make other words and slang words. Like, what about double dutch? Like, oh man, she got double dutched.
Yeah, double dutch on someone. So erratic, so quick.
All these people get double dutched in this episode.
They really did.
They really did. Yeah, and we finally see there's so many theories about what the hell was going to be this game.
That was interesting because the teaser was like a train light.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then they just abandoned that. I don't know what that was about. Did anything look train-like about that?
Yeah, they were on train tracks.
They were on a track, but like it still felt like it was going to be something else. I thought it was going to be like the main theory that was going around. What is that moral dilemma?
Oh, like the train dilemma?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That was like the main front runner for a theory of what it was going to be.
Yeah, what it is, and I think we covered this in the season 2 review, is the doll is Young-hee, which is based on a character of the same name from South Korean textbooks from the 70s and 80s. And then Young-hee has a boyfriend, and his name is Chol-soo. And so these two dolls, Young-hee and Chol-soo, are on either side of the tracks, and they're spinning this fuck-ass rope round. Listen, did I think that 222 was going to make it? No.
No.
Was it really sad when she decides to jump off and fall to her death? Absolutely. She does have an interaction with the baby daddy, fuck ass 333. She says that baby is mine. The baby has nothing to do with trash like you. We never want to see you again, not even in our dreams. Like, she reads him for filth.
That's a sick burn.
Yeah.
I love that.
Because he's saying, you have to get up, whatever. She's like, get the fuck away from me.
Like, I'd literally rather fall to my death and break every bone in my body, leaving my child an orphan, than to cross this bridge with. But you know what's funny? It shows how much more I hate this guy. Because he doesn't offer to help her at all. Or even to, like, none of that. He doesn't offer to take the baby, but he doesn't offer to help her either. He does the coward thing and waits till the very last minute when things speed up to give her an out, so maybe she'll be like, no, you go on without me, I can't make it. Like, he waited till the last minute. It wasn't everything he does. He's one of those very calculating, cowardly people. I couldn't cope with it. I couldn't cope with it. Like, you let another man save your kid. You're completely disconnected with what's going on. He's like, I'll come back for you. Like, 456 is like going off, like, I'll be back, whatever. He's just standing there like, yeah, okay, cool. As long as I don't have to do it. Like I don't know.
Bitch ass. Oh my God. Anyway, so
I hate that he made it through.
I hate that he made it through. But anyway, 333 was never going to be the saving grace for 222. And I also love how if you add 111 to 222, it is 333. For some reason, I like that. Like,
oh, that's, yeah. I like that. Huh.
That's how I remember their numbers too.
I love that, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Because like this whole thing is nuts. I think I want to talk about how the baby inherits the mom's number.
Oh, yeah.
It was completely because of the VIPs that they changed the rules of the game and they considered the baby another player.
That was really weird. Like, even for the game, I thought that was really weird. I don't know why I thought they would be like, okay, hold the phone. There's a baby out there. At least let's get this baby out of here or something.
No.
I don't know why I thought that. But
wow.
the VIPs, I
so you gave them more credit.
I gave the game runner more credit.
Maybe frontman.
Frontman. I gave frontman way more credit.
Especially because you know that he lost a child.
Right. I didn't think that he would let that happen necessarily. If the VIPs weren't there, I wonder if he would have had them collect the baby and be like, you'll get the baby at the end of the game if you survive. Something like that. But I didn't expect him to leave a newborn baby on the field. But maybe I can't fathom that level of evil. Like, I don't know. Because if it were me and I was a sadistic game runner, I would have still been like, you know what? This counts as PTO. Let's get this bitch out of here. Get her kid. Get her things. Send her out.
No.
Let's get her out of this game. Just go away.
No.
But no. Or at least I'm going to grab the baby and keep it in captivity.
Captivity?
One of these pink, like, soldier people, like, will take care of this kid. And if the mom lives, then great. If not. But I didn't expect them to be like, okay, well, the baby inherits the number. That was crazy work to me.
The baby is now player 222.
Horrible.
She's got a spot on the roster because 456 took her across. And one of the frickin' VIPs says, this is a bigger twist than the resurrection of Jesus.
Yeah.
I think I threw up a little in my mouth because it was just...
That's corny and boring. Like, they thought they ate with that.
The symbolic nature of the baby. I guess we have to talk about that because someone does want us... On Instagram, someone did want us to talk about the baby. Everything about the baby. And I understand. Like, the baby is so, a wild card in the show.
Yeah.
So the baby inherits some other spot. And if the baby wins, the baby would win the money, right? Like, and now even if they stop the games, now they vote to stop, the baby would get an equal share.
Yeah.
And this enrages the rest of the players. And they're like, that's not fair. And they're saying that's not fair. Over and over. They're just pissed because the baby is not a true player. It's totally dependent on somebody else. It's completely helpless. I mean, there's a lot of things here. Like, the creator, Hwang Dong-hyuk, is definitely trying to say, yeah, it's not fair that the baby should inherit the money, but it's also not fair that the baby is in this hellhole, that the baby is now paying for the mother's sins. Why do future generations have to suffer for the sins of the past? The baby is the future, represents the future.
Hands across America.
Right.
But it's true, though. It's true. And it's funny how in their absolute greed, they don't see, okay, there's a newborn baby in a clandestine blood sport game who's freshly an orphan. Both her parents are dead. But it's not fair that it gets money if... What? Mm-hmm. Horrible.
Yeah.
They're all horrible.
Disgusting. Now,
especially 100.
Yeah, especially 100, who's the ringleader on all of this. And 100, we're just waiting for 100 to die at this point. The whole time we're just waiting.
Couldn't come fast enough.
No. Player 333 still votes to keep going, even after witnessing his baby mama jump to her death. And the baby is now considered a player and can obviously die.
Yeah.
And is just helpless. It's hours old.
Because they keep the pot anyway. If they all reject it, that's what kills me every time. I think my brain just doesn't let me acknowledge that rule of the game because I think it would just enrage me to a point where I wouldn't watch it. Like, that's enough. There's like 6 of you now. You can stop now. Like, you can just like leave and get your money and go.
Right. How much more is enough?
Right. Like, what is the cost, like the bounty on each person? Isn't it like...
The pot is 45.6 billion won, so each contestant is worth 100 million won, which is about $67,836 US.
I mean, if they went that far, I'd leave that much on the table. Even out of laziness, too. Like, just, I don't want to play another game. Let's go home, bro. Like,
yeah.
Hate it.
The next scene, I think, major scene, is we have a face-off against Lee Byung-hun's frontman and 456 because in the night they're planning on killing them.
Yeah.
The other guys are like, okay, well, we're just gonna off the baby and off 456, keep going, right?
Yeah.
Keep playing. But now there's 2 less people to contend with, 2 less players, and the frontman gives 456 a blade and unmasks himself. I thought this was going to be a bigger moment.
Me too.
I thought this was going to be a lot bigger than it was. They kind of downplayed that the front man is the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought that it fell flat.
I thought so too.
It's like that was, they treated it like it was like this guy killed your best friend.
Right.
And he was on your team and he's still alive. Like there's so many shocks that 456's like response just didn't click really. And I'm surprised, given the opportunity, that he didn't just kill him. I'm really surprised at that.
But that's the whole thing, is that his character is not a murderer. He's a good man. What was cool about this interaction is that he was calling him by his name the whole interaction. You know, Frontman was calling him, Gi-hun.
Yeah. Instead of his number.
This whole interaction, pleading with him with very real emotion to kill or be killed. This night is important. You're going to die. The baby's going to die. Here's this knife. Do what you got to do. And then he says, as 456 is walking out, player 456, do you still have faith in people? And it's very important that he suddenly calls him by his player number.
Yeah. Reduces him
instead of his name. Yeah, it takes away his personhood, his humanity. It's meant to convict Gi-hun, convict a naive but good man. Make him not kill, perhaps, in the hopes that the other players might. Maybe he would think, oh, the other players might do the right thing and not kill me and the baby. It throws a lot of things in question for 456.
That's true. Because he doesn't. I don't think, because he is shocked at just how low people would get every time.
Yeah, he's just like,
when he realized they're gonna kill him, he was like, and he's like swaddling the baby.
But I mean, he knew before he went up to see the front man. He was like, they're gonna come at my throat, and
that's gonna be it.
Yeah, but I love that interaction. It is a callback to the season 1 finale when the old man, player 001, Oilnam, asks, after all this, do you still have faith in people, even after everything you've been through? So you can see the parallel between the original old man 001, Oinam, and frontman, the new 001.
That's so heavy. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
And he was given the same opportunity.
The same question, the same challenge. What do you believe? Do you think people are still worth it, worth putting your faith into? And that is a heavy question that hangs over the whole show. It is like the thesis of the show, I would say. We get in the very first bit of the next episode, episode 5, we get a flashback to the front man's games, where he was given the same ultimatum and a knife, kill or be killed, and told to kill the trash, looking at humans as trash. That's the original 001 Oinam saying this to him. But in this case, in his scenario, he does do it. He does commit this mass murder that night.
And brutally, too.
Yeah.
That was clever that the person we see him killing was the last of all the other people he had finished killing. It's just such a heavy show. Like, honestly.
It is. It is a heavy show. We see 456 hesitating to kill even one person. And it's player 100, the most vile of the bunch. Like, we hate player 100.
Hand it to me. I'll do it for you.
Hand it to me. I'll do it. But he has a vision of our North Korean girl from season 1 saying, don't do it, Ajashi. You're not that kind of person.
Stayed pure.
Not that she says that, but that's the sentiment. Like, stay
But
pure.
I mean, he stayed pure in his own right.
In a way.
Like, in a way.
Because he's already killed Kang Ha-neul's character.
Yeah.
Mind you. Like, he's already killed someone with his bare hands. He's already tainted at this point.
He was like, not for me. Like, that was... But that's what's so funny, that he would go out to kill, but he wouldn't kill... Oh my god. He wouldn't kill the front man still doesn't really make sense to me then. Because, you know what I mean? Like, that whole thing was a bit... I still don't know how I feel
because
about
there
it.
is... He's calling him Gyu-young.
Yeah. But it's still...
You know, Gi-hun is calling the front man Gyu-young. I believe, which is older brother, in that interaction that they had earlier in episode 4. That's telling.
Yeah,
that he still considers their bond, their relationship, still considers him an older brother figure.
But this dude literally killed your best friend. Like, what? Like,
I know.
I don't. But that's the complexity, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
But he doesn't do it, and then he doesn't kill anybody that night, and we get the final game. It is Squid Game.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this production thing, this behind the scenes production thing where they were hand painting all of the flowers on the floor.
Oh.
That wasn't like CGI.
Interesting.
Yeah. So when they fall off of those pillars, that's all hand painted flowers.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Just a
That's-
note that I have.
All right. What did you think of this game?
This game, well, it's interspersed with the North Korean pink soldier Noel trying to save that other player, trying to save the dad with the terminally ill child.
That whole plot line was crazy.
What did you think of that?
I liked it. I
You
liked
liked
it. I liked it because it's like, this is a woman who, her motive was pretty clear, right? Like, she was devastated from living a life in North Korea, leaves, now can't find her daughter, has to work as a mascot at a theme park, and not even a very good one. Her life is just falling apart. She's trying to... So, I thought it made sense. I thought it made sense with her character. And I do like the resilience she had of just, yeah, I came from North Korea. Like, I know what goes on. I don't, I can take them. So I really liked it. I like that she saved somebody. I like that she managed to save somebody, which is really interesting when you consider Gi-hun couldn't really save anyone. Couldn't save anyone at all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really like that whole story. It was a good, like, B story, because there's the A, B, and the C story, right? Like,
Yeah. I had someone DM me, another creator, and they didn't like her story and
really?
thought it was kind of pointless. I can read what they said.
Let's hear it.
They said, never understood what Park Gyu-young's deal was either. Wants to save a random kid's dad, ... yet shoots others in the face. And in the end, ... ends up with nothing. At least give her the baby and 45 million.
Well, you got to draw the line somewhere, right? Like, there's work and then there's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to draw the line somewhere. She wanted to save this man. I'm not going to let this terminally ill child become an orphan. Like,
right. She felt some type of way about the little girl, about the dad. She didn't want the little girl to die or be left orphaned, but likely just die because there was no one to care for her, no one to pay for the hospital bills and make sure that she got adequate care.
She did everything out of necessity, too. I mean,
she was a
everything she
mother.
did was
I think this has
necessity.
to do with her being a mother and not saving her own child or, bringing her child with her and escaping North Korea. And the guy that was the, lesser manager...
Yeah.
He brought her on board because he thought she was similar to him, was just as cold as him, just as inhuman as him, because he too lost someone close to him because he couldn't procure a kidney, which is why he in turn created the whole organ harvesting side hustle.
And that's what I liked about it, right? Because it's like we get to humanize these pink soldiers a little bit.
Mm.
And it also shows this idea is flawed from the ground up.
Mm.
That I think mercy and grace are very necessary to view the human condition, right? Because without that falls apart. It's like, okay, everybody in the arena is trash. It's like, okay, but now you have people over here doing an entire organ smuggling thing. Good intentions or not, everybody's trying to get theirs no matter what level of the rung they're on in this whole game. I found it very believable. And I also kind of interpret it as The girl just kind of going postal. You know what I mean? She's like, you know what? I did not lose my family and escape a fucking dictatorship to come down here and work in a bunny outfit and be trapped in some kind of organized crime. I think she just snapped. This is a person who had literally nothing to lose, and she got to save someone in the process.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, his quote for the manager's quote about her, he says, "I was wrong about you. I should have put you in the game like them. I thought you were different since you left your child behind. Stop worrying about someone else's kid and go be with your own in the sky. I'll give you a painless send-off." And I was like, ooh, so she's fit to kill others as a merciless pink soldier because she's a bad mother. That's why he thought, oh, she's perfect for the job. She's heartless. She left her child in North Korea.
Who they thought are sociopaths. Yeah.
So I thought, oh.
I thought you were different. I thought you were a killer like us. You're a killer like them, like the trash.
Yeah, that was very telling to me that she was hired because she was a bad mother.
Do we even know what? I don't remember, honestly. Like, what happened to her daughter? She just lost track of her. She didn't leave her to die.
So it's presumed that she's dead, that her daughter is dead.
Yeah.
But these smugglers who help people escape from North Korea were like, hey, we have a lead on your daughter. She might be in China. So there is some semblance of hope. That's where we leave off, is she's like, I'm heading to China to figure it out. I'm going to maybe reunite with my daughter. I don't know. So we don't get an answer to whether or not it in fact is her daughter.
But I mean, I'm trying to remember how she got there. She paid the service to get them there, and I don't think they could have gotten all three of them. But it's not like she chose to go by herself and leave her family.
She said what happened. She said, I shot my superior.
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind.
So it wasn't like a planned getaway.
She just got out.
She just got the fuck out.
I bet her daughter is in China.
It's up to you if you want to interpret it as, yes, she's going to totally have a happy ending and reunite with her daughter in China, who somehow is in China, and they got her out. She's not dead.
I think I could buy that.
Okay. I'm not going to burst anyone's bubble. If you want to believe that, happy to
you
got
to hope for something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, and if not, at least she can adopt this girl who lived by like stalking her at the theme park. I don't know.
Right. Blended family?
Guess so. Chosen family.
Hey. Final game is Squid Game. As we said, we get a surprise cameo from T.O.P., who's back as a hallucination hanging off the square tower.
I missed him so much.
I was very happy to see him as Thanos again.
Of course. Kills me every time.
Dude, I was confused because the pink soldier, Noel, is going around trying to figure out where the records are that she needs to destroy for the player that she's rescued. And she opens the door, and there looks to be 001 taxidermied. The old man is there. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out if he was taxidermied, preserved, or if it was just a casting. A wax figure of him.
Madame Tussauds.
Yeah, like Madame Tussauds got up in there.
I think it was a taxidermy.
I want to believe it's a taxidermy.
I genuinely think it's a taxidermy. They're just crazy enough to do that.
Yeah.
That was so fucking scary when they opened it. I was like, oh my God.
Is that him?
That was the second scariest jump scare in the whole series.
Yeah.
Because the top one, I think you know which one it is. We'll get to it.
I absolutely think it's no coincidence that the finale players are all men.
Yes.
Doing a pantomime of a fair democratic voting process, which is, I think, a direct quote from Player 100, to decide the fate of a helpless infant girl.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they really clubbed us with that one. Yeah.
Clubbed us over the head with that one. Player 333 doing his big one here with him versus 456 and the baby. And I mean, I was really taken aback that even when 456 places the baby on the gangway, he doesn't go and pick up the baby. He uses the pole to pick up the sleeves and move the baby over to his platform.
No paternal instinct
No
whatsoever.
paternal instinct, nothing there whatsoever, no love. His first time holding the baby was to hold it over the edge and threaten to kill it, threaten to drop it.
Which was that was like anxiety on 10. And I'm like, it's a sweater. It's not even a real swaddle. You don't know if it's tied. I thought that, like, there was a moment where it looked like the baby was going to slip. And I was like,
God.
I hated him so much.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. Like, it, just not a pleasure to watch. And of course, you know, we have the big moment. So
Yes. So a lot of people were upset. So there's a couple of things that I don't think I've mentioned. So people, this is going back earlier, but there's videos of people attempting the jump rope game one-legged or with somebody on their back or whatever to try and justify that 222 could have lived.
for what? Her ankle was fucked up.
And look, I think you're full of shit and grasping at straws. This is like the Jack could have made it at the end of Titanic argument all over again. It feels really useless to have this conversation. She had just given birth with nothing, no medical attention whatsoever. She was sleep deprived. They all were. They were all hadn't had proper nutrition and water and all the rest. And she fucked up her foot.
Yeah.
Even jumping would have sent her into extreme pain.
She literally tried to stand and was like, and had to sit down. Like,
Never mind jumping all the way across. Like, get out of that.
one-legged. Bro, I don't see. That's something that makes zero sense to me. Could that have happened? Maybe. Is it likely? No. Sometimes you take the likelihood. This is a very narrow bridge
Yeah.
with a hole in the
With
bridge,
a hole
mind
in the
you.
middle.
It looked like anywhere from 1 to 2 foot circumference, diameter, like brass, fast swinging. Like, she wasn't going to make it across. And 456 putting her on his back, that wasn't going to work either.
No.
He's already compensating for his own weight, and you see him struggling to hold a footing because of how narrow the path is. You got to jump straight up. As somebody who watches double Dutch competitions
No, you
every
don't.
year, I do. I love, like, I really, really, really love double Dutch. I implore anybody who thinks that that's possible to watch double Dutch fails on YouTube. A narrow 1/4-inch piece of twine swinging under your feet, and people trip over that and bust their ass like so hard. You think this girl with a messed up ankle is gonna like bunny hop over this?
Never mind, she just gave birth. I mean, I was upset about that. The second half of that, which is what prompted going back to that game, is that people were like, 456 could have hit the start button before he shoved 333 off the platform into his death.
He didn't have the chance.
And it's like, this is reductive. Like, I don't care to have that conversation. That is
Like, were
not.
we watching the same show? Like, there's a baby being held over a ledge about to, like, no, he couldn't. Like, could he have? Yeah, but that's not exactly your first priority when someone's trying to kill an infant. And you.
I was like very upset about those.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I know.
people just
I know.
get mad about anything.
But anyway, 333, Yim Si-wan, he should get an Emmy nom for Best
Yes.
Supporting, in my opinion.
I agree completely.
Whether he gets one next year, considering season 2 was completely snubbed and locked out,
We can hope.
and it's
you know
really
what?
early in the season.
Namu's kid is in China too, so there you go. Like, and he'll get the Emmy, and then the kid will be found in China, and we're set. We're going for the happy endings.
But anyway, so 333 bites the dust finally. And we're left with a decision. You know, is 456 going to kill the baby and win the game again? Or is he going to kill himself and the baby wins, he saves the baby? And at this point, if you're still questioning and you're still like, I wonder what he's going to choose, I think you've missed reading the whole show.
Yeah, there was only one way that was going to end.
Yeah, exactly. There was only one way it was going to end. He even said at some point, I was never a good father. And he knew it. He knew his shortcomings. He knew he was a bad son. He knew he was a bad father. And you think this man who has raged against the Squid Games and tried to save as many people as possible
It's going to kill a baby.
is going to kill the baby. Get out of here. No.
This CGI
This
Bizarro
Renesmee?
Town baby. No.
He's not going to kill Renesmee. No. So he spends the time, that is left to him
Yeah.
staring up at the VIP booth and cradling the baby. And he has this short speech. The lines are, "We are not horses. We are humans. Humans are," and it trails off because he is falling to his death. He has chosen to commit suicide and save the baby.
Hard way to go.
And he falls back in like an accepting backward cross motion to his death. Very obviously sacrificial, kind of a Jesus figure in this. And I love this ending.
Yes.
I love this ending. It is a callback to season 1, the finale of season 1, where the front man takes 456 blindfolded in the limo back to the city because he's just won the Squid Game. And 456 is like incredulous. He's like, "How could you do this to us?"
Just doesn't take it in at all. Doesn't care about the money.
No,
Just-
he's still like, "Well, how do you figure that you can do this to us?" And the front man says, "You like betting on horses. You people are horses. You're animals,"
That's so horrible.
is what he says. And so for Gi-hun to circle back at the end of season 3 and says, "We are not horses. We are humans." I just get chills. Ugh.
It's such a beautiful moment.
It's a beautiful moment, and he trails off.
Such a beautiful
He
moment.
doesn't finish the sentence, "Humans are." I think that the Hollywood Reporter asked the director, Hwang Dong-hyuk, what is the end of that sentence? And he says, there is no end. You fill it in. It's very hard to define humans because we're so capable of immense joy, immense love, and mercy, and grace, and all of the rest. But then we're also so selfish, so greedy, so horrible to each other.
That's true. And you can fill it. I like that little Rorschach moment where you can fill it with whatever you want. Because you're going to get a different answer from anybody. And I can see why people... So now that we're here, believe it or not, this was not what upset me about the ending. It was really all about the confrontation with the
Front man?
front man. Sorry. I don't like keep saying... The confrontation with the front man was really what bothered me more than anything. But I was really prepared for this. Like when I saw when the baby showed up, I'm like, that's it. The baby's the only one that's going to make it out of this. Like there's no way. And I love the ending, but I can see why people would hate it. But I would have hated even more some kind of like, oh, you thought he died, but I actually smuggled him out because he's like the Batman to my Joker and my like, no, he you know what I mean? Like they could have gotten very cartoony with it. It's like, no, like he made that choice. And that I think that for anyone who didn't like the ending, I would just say this. It kind of reinforces the theme of humanity and it strengthens it in a very powerful way. Because if he just lives, what was it for? Like, that's the point. He's died.
Killed
I'm
the
a human
future.
being. Yeah.
To live.
And even if if
what?
they would have really cheaped out and the baby and him lived, right? Where it's like, I'm going to keep you both alive and da-da-da, like frontman. Because that's how I imagine an American version of this going. Like, oh, I'm going to keep them both alive so I can keep an eye on them, whatever. That's what makes the ending powerful. Like, he had to die. He had to prove, hey, there's somebody out here who actually does give a shit and doesn't see us like animals. Like, I thought it was a beautiful ending. It's sad,
I thought it was a beautiful
but I thought it
ending. This was
beautiful.
not the original ending. The Hollywood Reporter
Really?
did ask the director about the original ending because Gi-hun was originally not going to die. The director said, and I quote, "I don't know if I can call it an original ending, but in the beginning, I had a vague idea about how I would end the story. And back then it was having Gi-hun end the game in one way or another and leave alive and go see his daughter in America. So originally I thought the person who witnesses the American recruiter would be Gi-hun. But as I began writing the story and as I began to think more and more about what do I want to deliver with the ending of this story, and also what should Gi-hun's journey and what should his destination be, I was witnessing more and more what was happening around the world. And I thought it was more fitting for Gi-hun to send this powerful and impactful message to the world with his death. And that should be how the story comes to a close.
Fair enough. I can get behind the ending.
I thought you were behind the ending.
No, but I mean, like, I can get behind that. I can get behind him choosing this over. Gi-hun seeing, like, an American recruiter would have been exhausting. I don't like it when things end so well and then it's like, oh, it's the beginning of something new.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been the beginning of something new. Just the thought of them conducting another games, of Konggyu's recruiter being in the subway and doing it all over again. This cycle will not end. That alone at the end of season 1 made him not get on the plane and see his daughter. He was like, no, I need to use the money to end this fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if he went to America after possibly dismantling the Korean Squid Game and sees Cate Blanchett.
We have to talk about that.
Which we have to talk about that. He sees the American recruiter. That would be the start of another. He has to keep going. He can't just live his life on the money and be with his daughter. No, he's a good man. He's gonna take it all down as much as he can.
Yeah, I'm glad that it ended this way because I can't imagine something more tedious. Like another season of this, I can't. Like, it's been a good ride, but like, you know,
enough.
We can't miss you if you don't leave. Like you gotta go. Like, you gotta go. Can we please I just wanted to point this out apropos of Almost Nothing. A character that cracks me up every time he's on screen, a much lesser character obviously, but Choi Woo-suk, he just cracks me up. He's such a goofy guy. The one who's like, I gotta go with my gut feeling. Like, there's something about this like fisherman that rubs me the wrong way.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll talk about that in a oh my god, we'll talk about that in a second because that was the whole thing. That was the C plot.
Yeah.
That was the C plot. But yes, so one other thing that talking about the Pink Soldier 011, who is Noel, and she goes to China to see if her daughter is still alive or whatever. At this point, she's hopeless in the story. She's still in those apartments and found all of this stuff on her. She's got a file.
Yeah.
And there's a photo of her husband, her daughter in North Korea. It is just an emotional moment for her because she's like, oh my God, we're all under surveillance. The rabbit hole is very deep here. And she feels completely convicted because she did abandon her child in North Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's going to take away that from her.
Yeah.
And so she's feeling the lowest of the low. But she sees 456 make this sacrificial jump. And she takes the finger off of the trigger because she was going to commit suicide in this moment of despair. Yeah. And his act emboldens her to live.
That was beautiful. It was so moving.
Yeah.
And she just gets the hell out of there.
And then she gets the fuck out.
Yeah, as she should.
Yeah, as she should. Somebody, I don't remember if it was just one person or not, but somebody was like, why does 456 die with his eyes open? I think, this is my theory, I haven't seen anybody talk about this. So original thought for once. The season 1 old man, 001,
yeah,
also died with his eyes open.
Oh.
Just as the clock struck midnight and a good Samaritan did come and bring help to the homeless man freezing to death in the street. Gi-hun turns to him, his dead body now, eyes open, and he says, you saw that, didn't you? You saw that you lost. And in the same way that Gi-hun dies with his eyes open, witnessing that, despite technically losing, he won.
Yeah.
He proved something, that people still have good in them. He's a witness to his own Good Samaritan moment.
That's beautiful. I hadn't linked that together. I actually really like that. It's already at a point where I really like the ending, but now this is just like oh, I got to see this through, literally.
Yeah, I like it. He's looking on maybe toward the future, the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting that the front man does not close his eyes after
Just
the
leaves
death
him
fall.
there.
He just leaves them there.
Yeah.
But he did close the old man's eyes
Yeah.
at the end of season 1.
It's mercy, right? Like, or respect or something.
I think it's something. The relationship between front man, Lee Byung-hun's character, and 456, Gi-hun, they're two halves of the same coin. They've gone through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But front man has sold his soul.
Yeah. Completely vacant.
He's completely sold his soul. And the other thing that I wanted to ask you was, why do you think the front man participated in the games a little bit?
I think he just wanted to kind of mess with 456, but at the same time, I think he wanted, it's that curiosity, right?
Yeah.
Like the bully who is ultimately just like intrigued by the person that they're bullying.
I agree.
Like there's something, it's like, oh, how come he gets to go do this and I don't?
Mm-hmm.
Like he wanted to see it up close and personal and interact with this interesting person. Because I imagine 456 has to be the most interesting person to like roll by there in a while.
I would agree.
And then-
yeah.
And somebody coming back into the game, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. The front man knows he's in no real danger. And he gets to see this, like, it's kind of like his Marie Antoinette moment, you know? Like, he gets to be one of the poors and, like, hang out in the field, you know what I mean?
Right. Because
Like, that's
Marie
how I
Antoinette
see
had
it.
that chateau that was like a little farm village. And
Yeah.
she was like cosplaying being a
The
villager.
proletariat.
Yes.
She's like, oh, this is how I buy bread. I think that was like, I think that was it. That was his Marie Antoinette moment. I think he was so intrigued by like, here's a person who's going through the same thing that I did, but
He's
he's
making
choosing
different
to do
decisions.
something different.
Yeah.
And it makes him, you can't help but wonder, it's like, damn, did I get it wrong?
Right.
This could have been my chance.
Exactly.
I could have done something good, but I decided to take this route.
Yeah.
So,
There's a hubris
yeah.
to frontman that I'm not sure if people picked up on. He is sure that he's right.
Yeah. He speaks with a lot of certainty.
Same with the original 001.
I think that would happen. I think that's a kind of like festering prejudice that gets proven in a, like, they don't have a control for their theory, do they? Like, they're getting what they perceive the worst of the worst, the most desperate people, and putting them in a room and seeing the depths that they sink to kill each other. But they don't have a control of like, oh, this is what a good person is. This is what a standard person is. So it's kind of like an inaccurate experiment that kind of acts like a false positive to their prejudices.
Ooh.
Oh, like, yeah, see, I knew all these people were trash. And it's like, well, yeah, but you never stopped to consider you got
put them in a
people at their
pressure
most
cooker.
desperate.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think it just rotted them. That's why they speak with a certainty, like, yeah, I knew people were just trash. Like, I knew it. Like, I knew it was that. Because that's wave after wave after wave of seeing all these people kill each other, the same predictable situations. But they never think of, like, the flaw in their game. Like, you're setting them up to do that. That's not something people are just gonna do. Like,
Also, frontman, he could have just done it for the same reason the old man did it. To have fun. To
I
feel
love
something.
the old man.
To
He
go
was
back to a simpler
scary.
time.
playing jacks.
Yeah.
Marbles.
So we get a 6-month time jump. Also, man, I could sit here and talk about Frontman versus 456 all day, but there was some people who were saying there was no character development. There was nothing there. It was all wasted potential, and, you know, they got hosed basically on the Frontman. And I don't believe that for a second. They were like, why didn't he react when Gi-hun made this decision not to kill those people in the room with the knife that he just gave him? And I was like, what do you mean? He did react.
Yeah.
I saw something on his facial expression.
I did too, and it's comments like that like convince me that the people, not to be mean, but it's like, I can see like the phone in the hand, the laptop in the lap, and then the TV playing Squid Game in the background. Because I'm like, are we watching the same show? Like, you can see... Oh my God.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that one bit.
definitely upset at the very
It's
least.
obvious. It's so obvious because he's like...
That he
damn it.
made a different decision.
Mm-hmm.
He decided
wants
not
to
to
prove
take a life.
himself right so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It's like the Joker moment with
He
the
wants to
blowing up of the
corrupt
two
him.
boats. Yeah. He wants to... Because if he doesn't, that flies in the face of his worldview even more. Because his whole view is like, well, I didn't have a choice, so I do this because... And it's fine that I do this because humans are trash. And at every turn, he's proven wrong, and he gets more and more pissed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he killed 456's best friend.
Mm.
That's why he did it. That's why he strung everyone along. He was trying so hard to corrupt
He's
them,
testing him.
and it didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But he respected 456
yes.
immensely. Like you might respect a very good opponent
Mm-hmm.
in a game.
And I love that. I really do.
6 month time jump. Someone stole 456's winnings from the Pink Hotel. I wonder who it is. Obviously, it's Frontman. Frontman drops off the winnings and his belongings to his daughter in LA. And people were like, he wasn't very respectful. He was, I thought, very respectful. And the fact that he showed his face,
Yeah.
huge
like,
deal. That the daughter got to see the frontman's face.
He wasn't respectful. Like, the sociopathic, like, what? Like, yeah. Like, he was respectful. He was, like, delivering the news.
Like to a fallen, it was like a fallen soldier.
This isn't
kind
a
of.
person who engages with the public anyway. But that's the exact parallel I thought. Like the fallen soldier treatment where they bring the flag and they do the rites and they do all that. Like, that's exactly how I saw it. Brought a box with a bow and kind of gross to give him his outfit while it still had blood.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that girl, like, is going to pick up on the fact of what the pin number is.
Yeah, I don't know. She didn't seem too sharp, but maybe she will.
She seemed... I think the pizza is here. The fuck, bro? You've been in California for like 9 years, girl. Right? No.
No, I think
Wait.
it was maybe 5.
That's long enough.
Ooh.
Whatever, that's fine.
Frontman also drops off player 222, the baby, with his brother Gi-hun, and the debit card is loaded up with her winnings, 45.6 billion won. Let's talk about Gi-hun really fast because I hated the C plot.
Really?
Yeah, with the cop and the boats and him uselessly driving around the waters and the islands and trying to investigate. And I'm like, yeah, we're not getting anywhere. He ignored the bad juju that the guy was feeling.
That guy cracks me up.
Yeah. Tae Usok, as you said. He was like, yeah, man, I think that captain's in on it. There's some bad vibes here. Bad vibes.
Yeah, I'm not getting on that boat. I'll call you later. Like, that would be enough. And I think that did piss me off because it's like, you're a detective. Like, what do you mean?
Detect.
Yeah. It was frustrating.
It was really frustrating. I thought that absolutely went nowhere. The fact that Gi-hun actually gets on the island as it's about to self-destruct, he has very little time, and faces off against the brother only to yell at the front man, who's the brother, mind you, and say, why? Just yell at him and ask why and never...
It was a huge disappointment.
Never get the answer, never reveal that his brother is the front man, only too late. It was like, dude, what is this?
I found that to fall really, really flat. Like, really, really flat. That was one of the more disappointing things. Because in the first season, I loved the detective subplot.
Yeah.
Or in the second...
It was the first season.
First season. I loved the detective subplot. A cool, like, criminal investigation going on. Love that. But it really fell flat. Like, I think it really peaked with the very obvious twist that the fisherman was corrupt.
Oh, so tough.
Even though it's it's one of the oldest tropes too. It's like, oh, the sea shantying, mysterious, like, fisherman, like, whatever. Pull the other one. I don't.
Okay, let's talk about Kate Blanchett.
Please, we need to talk. The way I fucking cackled. I cackled. I laughed so hard. I had to pause and regain my composure.
Yeah.
Because Cate Blanchett, just for context, is a really, really big running gag / respected actress in our house.
Oh, really?
Like big. It's a big running gag to the point my siblings don't watch Squid Game, and I asked them if they ever would. They said no, that it's too much gore, too much whatever. So I was like, okay. So I was like, I want you to see this bit of Squid Game.
You showed them the Cate Blanchett?
They busted out laughing.
Oh my God.
My sister was like, of course. She's like, I don't know anything about this show, but of course it's going to be her. Why wouldn't it be
The
Cate
only
Blanchett?
person I would have busted out laughing more for would have been Tilda Swinton.
That would have rocked my shit.
That would have rocked my shit too. If Tilda Swinton was out there in her best metrosexual suit, playing Takchi in an alley in LA. Oh my God.
This is so... It was so, like, I caught it pretty quickly because I rewatched Tar a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, really?
So I guess her, like, silhouette is top of mind.
No, you did not recognize her from the back.
From the ponytail, because they show her from the side from a distance. I'm like,
shut up.
Bitch, is that Cate Blanchett? And they zoom in, and there she is with her hyper masculine, imposing figure, glaring down and then bitch slapping someone. I'm like, this is so her.
Mm-hmm.
This is so her. And I loved that detail. I loved it. The only thing I didn't like about it was they were playing this Korean game.
Yes.
I was like, okay, yeah,
No.
sure.
So the director specifically said, look, this was not to introduce a U.S. Squid Game. This was not to introduce a spin-off. This was not for anything in particular. This was literally for my own purposes to end my show. To show basically the cycle is repeating. The front man, Lee Jung-Jae's character, had always suspected that this thing was larger and that it was global maybe. And then sure enough, he runs into Cate Blanchett's recruiter. The
It's like they
Takchi
didn't trust it.
is not, if they were playing
Jax.
Jacks, paper, scissors, rock, something else,
Hopscotch. Literally anything.
literally
archetype
anything else,
American.
I would have been way better with it. But they're playing the Korean Takchi game. No, like that breaks the immersion, I think.
Let me explain to this drunk, ostensibly homeless, mentally ill man what this Korean game is. Like,
No.
it also really, I saw it as a huge missed opportunity. Because if they were playing Jax, like, and I'm going to take it a step further. If they had trusted the Korean audience enough to know that whatever they were playing wasn't, because that felt like a very safe play to me. Like, oh, showing this Korean game, whatever, so that the audience can understand that they're playing. I think that if he would have trusted the audience enough to know, oh, they're playing a game that must be popular in America or must be well known in America, that point would have been so eerie and so terrifying to end on, and the impact would have been better instead of like, oh, that's interesting. The game's widespread, but why were they playing this Korean folding paper game?
Yeah, it shouldn't be called Squid
Like,
Game, even.
If they like look over, like when Cate Blanchett looks over, it would have been more interesting for the front man to look at her and slowly deduce what was going on.
Oh, instead of
And
immediately
then-
being like, oh.
Exactly. I would have found that more interesting because it was by happenstance that he saw her. So it would have been interesting to see them playing Jax and then just her bitch slapping the dude again.
Yeah.
And then like turning to the camera and then Cate Blanchett giving him that really eerie knowing look. Like that whole thing would have played out so much better. But apparently now David Fincher is doing Squid Game.
It's
so-
rumored. It's rumored that David Fincher is heading up the USA Squid Game spinoff. There is no confirmation that this is happening, but we'll see.
I'd watch that. If Cate Blanchett is the recruiter, I'd watch that.
The
I don't
thing
have
is,
high hopes for it, but I'd watch it.
I'm upset because even though he's like, oh, this isn't setting up a spinoff, you have set up lore.
Right. And you know how you can prove that? You didn't get another bum-ass actor, like with ADR vocals. You got Kate Blanchett.
You got Kate fucking Blanchett.
Like, that was such bullshit. So somebody actually fought me on this yesterday.
What?
Like, I just commented online, like, it was in a discussion post about Squid Game. I was like, this is such great casting. Like, I know nobody here is thrilled about a potential American Squid Game, but I mean, come on. And they're like, oh yeah, well, they weren't even setting up an American one. And they go on this long, like, litany of reasons why an American one won't work. And I'm like, okay, so first of all, like, let's take a seat. But second, you don't hire Kate Blanchett for literally nothing. Like, something's coming. Like, you don't put... It would have been a throwaway casting. They would have gotten any blonde
casting.
right off the street. You know what I mean?
It's stunt casting. And the director was like, I always wanted someone with presence, someone who was of her caliber to play the recruiter. Because Kang Ha-neul is of Kate Blanchett's caliber.
He was so good.
He was amazing.
He was so good. Like, he should have gotten an Emmy.
Oh, he was never. I made a face, but
the crash
anyway,
out with the bread and
the Hollywood Reporter did ask him, the director, about Kate Blanchett's casting and how it came about. Did you write the cameo with her in mind? He says, in the beginning, I was tossing around different ideas. I thought, should it be a man that we see as the recruiter? But I thought that, unlike in the Korean version, having a woman who's a recruiter for the American system would be a nice contrast and also quite a powerful, impactful statement. So we were set on having a woman. Then I thought, who would be the right fit for that? It's a very short scene. There's only one line. So we needed someone who had that level of presence and charisma to completely dominate the screen in that instant. And that naturally led me to Kate Blanchett. I've always been a fan of her. She's someone who can instantly grab your attention with a single stare. So that's how we set on her.
I honestly couldn't have casted that any better. Because it really is perfect casting. She's such an imposing woman.
Yes.
Like, very, like, they're right about that. The presence is... I just thought that she just sleeps in a closet and shows up to intimidate people. You know what I mean? Like, she's kind of like... You remember how you would think of your teachers as a kid?
Right.
Like, oh, they sleep at the school. That's how I feel about Kate Blanchett. She's a terrifying professional figure who we don't know where she goes.
We don't know where she goes.
But now we know she's a recruiter.
Right. Actually, Kate Blanchett, they just went to Squid Game headquarters and said, we need Kate. I know she's out recruiting right now, but we need her in. Bring her
Call her
in.
up.
Call her in.
Call her up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we saw her on La Brea. Let's go pick her up.
Okay. So I think we're at the end of this. We've been here for a while. Miguel, any last thoughts about Squid Game? This is it. No more Squid Game.
That is no more Squid.
More Korean Squid Game.
I would urge anybody who didn't like the ending to rewatch. Let some sit with it for a bit and watch it slowly. I think that this is probably one of the greatest shows I've ever seen in my life. Even with its flaws, I think it's a phenomenal show. I think it will stand the test of time. And I like that the fisherman got killed with a harpoon. That was cool. I love that.
With that, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for coming on the show, Miguel, and watching Squid Game 3 and talking at length about it. That's it. Thanks, Miguel. That's been our show. I'm Jessica, and this has been the Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.